Dude, you'll see it. Like I literally.
I don't know what the name of this pattern is.
That design is different. Is that tweed? Or tweed is the material.
Is sawtooth a material?
Sawtooth a material. Guys, make sure to comment below sawtooth a material.
What is this pattern?
We're here debating patterns. I do trivia and I have a pattern category. And we actually went to Staples and printed out.
We did trivia with you.
Oh wait, yes, yeah, you're from
Not about patterns.
I didn't do the pattern one,
Halloween.
But we did do that. So, guys, welcome back. DJ Q here with the Wedding Q, making weddings decisions easier for you. I'm still working on like an opening tagline, but I kind of want to use the Q and you to kind of tie in that it's beneficial. But anyways, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am here with the beautiful Eileen.
Hello. Hi.
Simply Stems' very own. And we're here to talk about florals and here to talk about her and here to talk about what you need to do as a bride when you're prepping for a wedding and you need flowers going, you know. Anyways, but yeah, we did trivia. Trivia was fun. Mm-hmm. I didn't know you knew Sugar Lush.
Yeah, she's like my go-to. Well, she came to one of my flower workshops event when I first got started before I even did weddings. And she's just the type of person that like you just connect and you latch on and you're just instant friends. So now we do like weddings whenever she's baking and then hang out when we can.
Yeah, she is fun. I met her. Cindy did a style shoot a long time ago. She had a fig cake. And I was making fun of it.
So
I'm
talented.
Like, fig, what the hell? That's kind of, you know. And then I fell in love with the cake. Like I ate it for the next like 4 days.
Her cookies are
delicious. It was amazing. But that's funny. I don't know her name. I just call her Sugar
Meg.
Lush. Meg, okay, Meg. Shout out to you, Sugar Lush Meg. I just call people by
their company.
What I remember of it.
You were DJ Q for a while to me.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I don't think anyone, like if you ask for I don't think anyone knows my name is Brian.
I didn't for a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of people, yeah. Anyway, so talk to me about what got you into florals. Like how was the inspiration? Like why flowers? Where did you find your impact with working with flowers?
Well, starting as a nurse, I just love connecting with people. So that was always in the back of my mind, but.
Wait, you were a nurse?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I delivered babies.
No way. Like straight out of the vagina. Wow.
When it didn't go well, yes.
Yeah, wow.
Hopefully the doctor was usually there, but
yeah.
That's what I did for about 3 years.
Dude, I never knew that.
Yeah, and then I just didn't love it. So life is too short to do anything but what you love.
Right.
So we were traveling down south, I want to say in Georgia, and I saw this flower truck, you know, where they open up the side and you can go build your bouquet.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's so cute. I haven't seen that up by us. So I started a flower cart, got my foot in the door with like bridal showers, baby showers, all the things. Just started meeting people in the industry.
Right.
Learned from other florists, like how to actually design, how to do the things. And the more I was just around weddings, I was like, wait, this is so much better than just like building little bouquets. It was fun. I loved it. I love being around people and making that connection. But what you can do in a wedding is just
I think that's what brings out the. I think anyone who works in this industry, like, it brings out what we really can do.
Yeah.
Like, the limits are higher. And yes, there's a pressure that comes with weddings, but I think it just allows us to push ourselves. And I'm sure you come up with better creations. Ideas.
When someone says just like, here's the vibe, here's the feel, what do you want to do? I'm like, let me just get creative.
Perfect,
Perfect, let me tell you. But
that is so funny. Yeah, we have couples sometimes where it's like, so what music do you like? They're like, just do your thing. And we're like, all right, well,
the best.
We're just gonna mix and
instruction.
we're gonna treat it like a club. So obviously, you know, the platform's to educate and help inform couples. So kind of what are some things that you would suggest to a couple or a bride or whatever, when looking for a florist? What are some things that maybe they should look for when booking a florist?
Yeah, I even think back to when I was looking for a florist for my own wedding. You're gonna be swamped with inspo and Pinterest, what the trending style is. You're gonna just get
it's a lot
you're gonna be flooded with information. So once you know even if you don't know what you want, I think seeing a florist Instagram page, seeing their portfolio, you just want to know they can make something beautiful. That's
Yeah.
at least that's how I always looked for it. I didn't know what when I was getting married, didn't know what I wanted my colors to be, didn't know all the elements I wanted. But when I was narrowing down my florist, I'm like, okay, no matter what they do, it's beautiful. I know I'll be
Yeah.
able to just relax and say, whatever happens, I'm gonna get beautiful flowers. They're gonna trust the vision. They're going to make it come to life. So that's what I always tell my couples. I'm like, when you're looking, I'm like, take your time. You want to feel comfortable, but you want to know it's going to be beautiful at the end of the day. Like, you just want to be able to not be stressed. Like, find someone who
Number
takes
one,
the
don't be
stress away.
stressed. Duh. Don't be stressed.
Yeah, find someone who takes the stress away, doesn't add to it. And that's what I encourage my couples. I'm like, I like to talk to them.
The title of the video, find someone, write that down for me.
Take your stress.
Find someone who takes the, fuck, I lost it already. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
I don't know what I said.
Damn it, that was so good.
Run it back. What did I say?
Find someone who removes the stress.
Find someone who takes the stress away, doesn't add to the stress of your day.
Ba, 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 ba.
Does that rhyme? It kind of rhymed.
No, I love it. I love it. No, it's so true though, because there is a lot, especially from your perspective, right? If I'm a bride, if I'm getting married, I'm looking for flowers. You're gonna be doing a lot of thinking, right? The more decision making, the less stress the day will be.
Yeah.
And obviously the planning, that's part of it, right? Making decisions is part of the planning. I'm not saying that it's not gonna be decision making, but the less that you need to make, especially in something that you're not well versed in, it's what's gonna help.
Yeah,
You know what
and
I mean?
I hear that all the time when couples are like, we don't know flowers. And I'm like, that's okay. That's not your job to know flowers. You don't need to know every variety, and I don't want to tell you every variety of flower because it's just going to overwhelm. It's going to confuse and make things. It's just going to be taking in too much information when all you need to say is, hey, I want to feel like I'm in a garden. I want to feel like I'm in this moody library, and just give us the feel, give us the vibe, and then like, what are you most excited about? And we'll show you how we can bring that to life. And it's just, I think when couples can kind of just give the information that they have and then receive back their vision like put in front of them, it's just like this sigh of relief when they're like, oh, they get it. They understand.
And there's that alignment. That's huge. Have you been to Longwood Gardens? You said garden. That's what came into my mind.
Is that in Philly or like right outside of Philly? I think I went there for their Dahlia. Did they do a Dahlia show? I went with Meg, Sugar Lush. But
it's really not. It's like
I
huge.
think we walked around their gardens. Yeah.
You like walk in and you just get lost.
Yes, that was
There's
probably
like
because I did
3
get lost.
cafes. I was like, I needed to eat when I got to the cafe from all the walking.
I need a cafe everywhere I go.
Yeah.
I think that was like my little slice of heaven. Just walking around.
Yeah, it's beautiful there. Like I never appreciated florals until then. You know what I mean? Like, wow.
Yeah.
The stuff they created. And then they do have a room where I think you can do weddings in there. Or like
they had like a greenhouse with like a reflection
that's
pool.
what it's called. Yes,
oh my God,
yes,
it was
as
stunning.
a pool, and I saw like trusses for like lighting and
things.
speakers. I was like, what's that for? It was, they do shows, they do private galas and stuff. Really beautiful. Anyways, Longwood Gardens. If you haven't gone, look it up, dude. You'll love it. So we were talking about bridals and appreciating the work. How could you help a bride distinguish the difference between just your typical floral work and kind of what it looks like at a wedding? You know, like, can they distinguish the difference? What would you define as the difference?
I would say when you're trying to figure out if a florist specializes in like weddings versus general everyday work.
Right.
I mean, some do both. I do weddings specifically, but when you go on their page, if you're looking for someone with weddings, you should see ceremonies, you should see bouquets, bridesmaids, brides, like you should see boutonnieres, you should see reception tables, and lots of it. You want someone who's, just putting that out there so that you're not questioning, am I looking at a centerpiece? What is that going to look like in a wedding table? You want to see that. So I'd say as long as their Instagram or their portfolio, their website, whatever it is, has wedding content, that's your go-to.
It's safe to say, hey, here's the difference. Yeah.
As opposed to you'll see just things that are maybe, wrapped and set out in a display case. That's not what you're going to get on a wedding day.
Right.
That's more just for like everyday enjoyment.
Right.
Is my understanding. I don't own retail, so I don't know.
No, and it's true. The responsibilities are different, right? Like being able to manage time in a wedding is different than a floral. I mean, I've never worked at a floral shop, but I know floral shops are busy when they have to do orders and all that for deliveries. But
I don't want to.
The point is,
Valentine's Day. Or
yeah. The difference should be weddings, right? Especially for someone who's looking for weddings.
Yeah, there's going to be a floral shop. Again, my guess is that they have everything down pat, like how to get you something really beautiful, like day of, something you can gift, something you can bring to someone's house or you can put out on your own house. Whereas weddings are more, they're not selling things day to day. They're planning your wedding out weeks in advance, bringing in only specialized things just for you, and then building that whole week to deliver days later as opposed to that same day. So yeah.
No, it makes sense. You know, obviously not knowing florals, not knowing what approach to take as someone who's getting married, but what would you say, I'm trying to word this right, when it comes to budgeting, when it comes to questions about that, how should a couple, what should they look for when booking a florist?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I have wrote it down here, I have to look down. What advice do you have for couples when it comes to discussing budget with their florist up front?
I think money's always like a weird topic. I think everyone gets a little uncomfortable when they talk about money.
Right.
So I try to be very upfront with my couples and encourage them to talk about it. We will go through their whole vision usually, everything they want. I want to hear what their dream would be. And then I always touch base. When they fill out an inquiry form, there's a selection there so they can say, this is the budget I have in mind. I still circle back because sometimes I've had clients, select up to $5,000. And then we get on a call and they say, okay, but if I can get everything I want, we can go up. Or I selected up to $5,000, but I really don't want to be past $4,000.
Right.
When we have those conversations up front, it makes it so that then I know that, keep it in the back of my mind. When they get a proposal, it's more aligned with what they want.
Right.
When it becomes difficult, I tell couples is when they have huge weddings, the simplest centerpiece, when you have 20, 22 tables, it's still going to add up. So the best thing, if you have a strict budget, is again to say, this is how I want my wedding to feel. These are the colors I like. This is just what I envision seeing. And then let your florist kind of give you ideas, how they can maximize your budget, what items are going to be really impactful, what things you can cut. You maybe really thought you wanted, but at the end of the day, they're like, look, it's not going to do much for your budget. You could really take these flowers and put it elsewhere. Like instead of having little pieces of flowers down the aisle, let's maybe take all those and make something really cool in the bar that people are going to see the entire reception. So just leaning in and being open to ideas, suggestions from your florist is the best thing to do when you have like a tight budget or just really want to stick with something.
Right. And obviously with your knowledge, any florist knowledge, it's, you've been there before, you know how to make the dollar last or the dollar stretch or whatever the word is, you know what I mean? You can really stretch the dollar, that's the fucking word. Stretch the dollar, I used to think flowers were just red, white, orange.
What you see in the grocery store.
Yeah,
like tight little roses. Just in a thing.
One day I was with Sydney looking at a catalog and oh my God, there's so many different type of flowers.
Yeah.
And
I still find ones and I'm like, I'll send it to like other florist friends. I'm like, what is that flower? I've never seen that.
That shit is just purple like this one. What is the difference? So I share that to say like maybe you know best if someone really has a vision for a specific flower. Have you ever had to like kind of substitute a flower for something else and maybe and then meet the budget or something like that? Or
sometimes, I mean, even when I do my proposals, I for the most part will propose flowers that I can get all year round so that I can say, look, generally these will always be available. When brides have really specific requests, such as say like dahlias, everyone loves a dahlia in the fall. Depending, when it gets cold, they become really just not available anymore. At least the best is to get them from local farms. So again, it's like you're leaning into your florist knowledge of what farmers are growing the dahlias. How are they going to come?
Resources they have versus
So I remember a year or two ago, I had a bride that really wanted dahlias. It was going to eat up a whole bunch of her budget. So instead we said, where are they most important to you? And they were most important in her bouquet. It was also starting to get into the winter season, so they were becoming really expensive to source in.
Hard to find.
So we used a mum that ended up looking very similar. The price of that flower was like not even half. We used that for everything, and then in her bouquet, we brought in one bunch specifically just to source whatever we could, whatever was fresh, put them in her bouquet. And that way she got what she really wanted, and her wedding still, had that same vibe all the way through. No one would have known the difference.
Right. You didn't sacrifice the quality, but you still were able to help her meet the budget and
as
still
opposed
put on
to
a great vision that aligns what she wanted.
Yeah, if she was insistent on dahlias through the entire wedding, we would have done it, but we would have had to bring in so many, and it just would have like eaten away at that budget. So her being like really open to the things we could substitute and make it look just as good was awesome.
It worked out. That's crazy. It's funny. My next question here is, can you share an example of how you've adapted when something didn't go exactly as planned? Kind of improvising. That was more of a planning, but maybe, you know, what's an example you can share? Okay,
we have a good story for this one, because I think it's really, really important that your wedding vendors can adapt when your day...
Very true.
A couple should never know if their day doesn't go as planned. They should never know it happened. But your vendors might know what's happening. Mm-hmm. So my girl Lakshmi, for anyone who doesn't know, she's like my lead designer assistant.
Little Lux.
Love her. So we were just talking to each other yesterday about, and we were getting really sappy. We're like, we work so well together. Just like hyping each other up. We're like, we really do. But we had this wedding, and if this story goes on too long, cut me off. But we went to this wedding. It was at a motel. Turned out being the coolest wedding venue I've ever went to. It was like...
At a motel?
Yes.
Wow.
It was like a retreat, family retreat style of wedding. It was so cool. I went 2 months in advance to like scope it out, see where everything was. We were doing this huge arch that was going to be like fully covered in florals, fully covered in greens, and the bride wanted it moved after the wedding. When I went...
That was for ceremony.
Yeah, it was going to be moved. Oh yeah, the arch was going to be for her ceremony, and afterwards she was like, "Can you move it from ceremony to cocktail?" Usually we would kind of lean away from moving an entire arch because it's heavy logistically.
Right.
It's not the safest idea,
and
but
it looks ghetto. People moving stuff around during the wedding. I hate to. Yeah.
I don't like people seeing us moving things, so I'll always try to do it like behind the scenes, scoot around the guests. But the bride was cool. She was very laid back. She was like, "We're getting pictures done. I don't care what the guests say." So I was like, "Okay, if you say so, we'll do it." We scoped out where ceremony was going to be, and it was maybe 25 yards from where she wanted the arch. And we're like, "That's fine. We'll make it work." We get there the day of, unload the arch, unload the flowers. The planner comes up to us, and she's like, "Well, what are you doing?" And we're like, "Unloading the arch." And she goes, "Wrong spot." Oh. Meanwhile, we toured. We're like, "No, we checked. This is the spot. It's by the pool house." And she's like, "No, the guest pool house." I'm pretty sure something got changed and maybe we just like missed finding that out, but.
And it's farther now.
It is down a dirt hill because like there was like a dirt path to get to ceremony. So it was down a hill, across the parking lot, across the road, down a driveway around this house. It had to have been like at least 2 like football field lengths away. Damn. In the sun. In August, and we're just like, okay, that's fine. Like we put everything in the car, drive around. Ceremony, like it's beautiful. The arch is great. We are waiting for ceremony to get over, and we're like looking back and forth between like where the arch is, where we have to go.
Planning how y'all gonna move it down there.
And we're like, this is insane. Like, how are we gonna get this? And like our thing is during a wedding, if we're like, how are we gonna get it done? Do we have time? It doesn't matter. We're getting it done. Like that's our only. Right.
The bride wants it there, it's got to go there, right?
Yeah, and that was the thing. Like, we probably would have explained to her that it wasn't possible if this is where it was, but we're like, no, it's the wedding day. We have to make it work. The ceremony goes off, guests leave. We tried to pick up this arch, and it has to go in 3 different pieces. Each individual piece had to have been over 90 pounds. And it's not just like a box. It's so awkward because it's arched around you, so you're like teetering this 90 plus pound thing. So
without having any florals for a lot of it.
Exactly.
I've moved arches once, and I was like, I'm not. Remember the one wedding we did, and so my back was fucked up, and I'm like a big guy. Damn, what's her name? You probably know her too. From Allentown.
Meg. Other Meg. Feel Good Meg.
Feel Good Meg. Shout out to Feel Good Meg. So like, you know, I'm like, hey, could you? I'm like, yeah, I got you. Dude, it was heavy, and I couldn't like put it down. My back was tight, so I get it. Teetered, you're
so bad. And like 2 football field lengths in the sun. I don't eat during wedding days. It's a very bad habit. Like
you have to eat before, guys. Any wedding vendor listening to this,
drink your water.
Drink your water. I always have a gallon of water. Eat. I get to the site, I eat before anything. Yeah. You never know what you're gonna get to eat.
Yeah, and I didn't. So I was running on protein bar and caffeine.
And that heat.
The heat. We made 3 trips with this arch. By the time we got it up there, again, the guests are watching us. We're sweating. We probably looked like little like gremlins trying to hold this up. And I start like, my vision kind of starts to blur a little bit, and we have this like 90-pound piece we're holding above our heads, and Lakshmi's trying to get her bolt to fit in, but our arms are shaking, so the holes won't line up.
They won't line up to connect.
So
Ay, mi madre.
my head is just like in the foam, in the greenery, just like, I'm like, don't pass out, don't throw up. I look at her and I'm just like, you know that like vibe, like when a little kid goes to their parents and they're like, I don't feel so good.
Yeah.
That was me to Lakshmi. I'm like, girl, I don't feel so good.
I don't think I'm standing straight.
I was like, I think I'm gonna drop. She locks in and just holds this arch in place. I run to the other side of the venue so I don't scare the guests. I was
Right.
dry heaving off the side of the deck. I scared the waitstaff. I ran up after 5 minutes, which for her probably felt like hours.
Right.
She's just holding this arch, trying not to like
Shout
let
out
it
to
fall.
Lakshmi's shoulders.
Yeah, literally. I saw like someone go up and ask her if they needed help as I was coming back, and she goes, "Yes, please."
Yes.
And then they just walked away.
No, to grab somebody else's body.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
But then I like jumped back in, and we finally like got it all, like eventually got these bolts to hold, lined up. We went back to the car, and I just remember we sat there in silence together, just like letting everything process. I had to not get sick in the car, and we just sat there for like 5 minutes, and we're like, we just need to drive home in silence. We just, no talk, no radio, just get home. And then,
what an experience.
But we're like, when it comes down to it, we're like, what else were we gonna do? It had to work. Whether I passed out, whether we got sick,
Right.
that arch was getting there. And we're
We gave her commitment, and on a day like a wedding,
we're gonna
gotta
make it
give them
happen.
what they want.
Get
right?
your vendors who will pass out for you.
Yeah, you got to get yourself a florist that'll just try.
I will
That'll
gag
starve
and rally.
and has strong shoulders. 90 pounds. Holy shit.
Since
Well,
that
because
day,
the water, from what I remember lifting it up, there's like a cage.
Yeah, it's the steel structure, then the cage soaked with water.
Soaked with water. That's what
and
added
then
all that weight.
all the
Yeah,
flowers
yeah,
and the greenery,
yeah.
and we're just like, it was just so. We've been trying to find out the weight of that arch ever since that day, and we're like, it's fine. And now we look back at that day that was so much fondness, because we're like, if the bride ever listens to this, I'm like, we look back and love that day. It was such a good
y'all crushed
memory
it.
now.
Yeah, y'all made
we
it
love
happen.
it, but yeah, we're just like, you just gotta keep rolling with the punches. It's their day, and doesn't matter what happens to us. We gotta make sure their day goes through.
Yeah.
But
Damn,
vendors
dude,
that
improvisation
work
is
together,
huge.
yeah, and like adapt together and just buckle in and make it work. It's
Yeah, you and Lakshmi almost died. Yeah, it's a life-changing experience.
we trauma
Wonder y'all
bonded
so
in that
close.
moment.
Yeah, trauma bonded. Yeah.
But
No, that's great, man.
good times.
Yeah,
we live and learn.
Flexible. There's a lot of times where like you think it's like what, like
We upped our gym routine after that.
yeah. Now we added shoulders into the
Yes.
routine. That is crazy. So, next question I have here: how can having rentals or installations handled by the florist
Make us bring that arch.
simplify a couple's wedding day?
Let us handle the arch. You don't want to be doing anything like that. Yeah, anytime you want something really big and like vases, I have a lot of couples like that want bud vases for their wedding. Sometimes they'll send it to us. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
When you have these ideas of like really big arches and just like, or big displays that you want, it's so much easier just to let your florist handle it. Not because we're like, oh yeah, you want to, use our rentals, like we want to add on more money. It's more of the fact that we don't have to get the items from you, or you don't have to worry about transporting them, cleaning them up, setting them up.
Oh yeah.
Because even if you go, oh, I have this really pretty vase, I want you to put a big arrangement in. We need measurements of like the inside. We need to make sure it will actually hold the weight of things. So when you use a florist's stuff, like inventory that they already have, it just, again, it takes stress away from you. You don't have to worry about getting any of that. And a lot of the times rentals from us are going to be cheaper because you're only using it for one day. You're not having to buy it for yourself.
Right.
And yeah, my whole thing is just like, don't stress on your day. The less you have to worry about, the less you have to bring, the less you have to set up or get to us the week of. It just makes your day so much smoother.
And I think also with your knowledge, your resources, it's going to function.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times where I'll be at a wedding, and I like to get early. I get too much anxiety if I'm like, I like to leave like an hour window to change, eat, and I may offer help to another vendor. And a lot of times I may hear things like, oh, the bride brought this, but this is not the right one. Or damn, they wanted me to set it up over there, but it's missing X, Y, and
Yeah,
Z.
pieces are
So
missing
I think
sometimes.
something that came to my mind when you mentioned that is brides, their equipment will work as it should. You know, and
Yeah.
I understand the DIY approach. I understand the fitting a budget, but I also told my fiance, like, baby, for our wedding, I'm not touching shit, bro.
Yeah.
When I'm done at my wedding, I'm leaving.
Yes, you're like, I don't
There's so
want to
many
worry
times
about
where I'm
the
cleaning up
thing.
a wedding, I'm putting my cables away, and the whole family's collecting everything, and it's like,
Yeah, it
everybody's
just takes
drunk. We
away
just want
from
to
you
chill.
having
We just
to
want to go
like.
to after party. Like,
You want to go to your after party
you
and not
want to
think.
get out of that room. You don't want to have to now work the night after just
Yeah.
you know. It's a long day as it is as a wedding. You probably didn't sleep the night
In
before.
some venues, they have a timeline. They need to flip. They have a wedding
Oh,
the
yeah.
next day. You don't want to worry about that.
I know about that. I know about that. I've been kicked out before.
Yeah,
It's
so
not
it's
fun.
like, yeah, you don't have to worry. Your florist will have probably no drinks in them. They'll be able to move quick, move efficiently, and just get in and out, not have to worry, and not need to. Yeah, you just don't have to worry about any of that. You're supposed to just enjoy your day.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've had some brides provide, like their family have built arches, and I mean they work. They get the job done. But yeah, at the end of the day, then they have to take down this whole structure, make sure it's actually going to stand when we put weight on it. And it's just an
Yeah.
added stress. I mean, go
The
for it if you
stress.
want
I'm
to
telling
do
you,
it.
that's the
But
thumbnail of the
stress,
video. The stress. You said it
the
perfect.
stress.
No stress, baby. Keep it simple with Simply Stems. Oh, there it is. Simply Stems.
So we
I mean, this is awesome. I really appreciate your flexibility.
Yeah.
I might have told you maybe a year and a half ago that I wanted
That
to
we
sit
wanted to
down
s- the
and
time has
share
come.
your knowledge with fucking couples, and we finally got to do it. So thank you
fun.
for the flexibility. Thank you for the knowledge.
Thanks.
Brides, I hope you learned a lot. You got some inspiration. Make sure to check out her work, her website, social
You're
handles
simply
will
the
be linked.
best. No.
Will be down there in the description. And yeah, any closing thoughts for our guests? Our guests, our audience, our viewers.
I think I don't know what you had said just made me think about it too. Like, you're a vendor, Sydney's a vendor. Like, when your vendors too are like this close with each other, you just get like a dream team the day of, and it's so
Yeah.
much fun. And yeah, just hire all of us.
Yeah.
We're great together.
No stress, but seriously, no stress.
No
Because even for
stress.
myself, I know that our timing is going to be right. Whether it's the photographer,
Yeah.
videographer, the venue, the planner. I know when I make this announcement, they're all on the same page. We're all on the same
Yeah.
page. Our communication, isn't awkward. There's no
Work with people that are gonna just let you breathe.
yeah. And I love meeting new people.
Yeah.
But
Find
the
ones that fit.
execution is a lot more seamless and stuff.
Absolutely.
Eileen, thank you so much.
Thank
You already
you.
know, Wedding Q. We'll see you next time. Thank you.